Nita ASMR, and I am here to practically just ramble, talk. I noticed that there was, I know this is weird to say, but I got excited over 2 comments, so I did want to be a little bit more, provide more videos, because the more you upload is the more that people enjoy, and that itself makes me happy that I can help somebody. And I think that's why I've been working in such a form. So if you see a kitty walk by, it's because of that. She's gonna be here and there just doing the good old cat thing, and she might meow once in a while, so because she wants attention. But otherwise, I wanted to do this in a very non-edited but very soft-spoken type of thing. So it's like a story time, and I'm moving myself a little bit upwards so that in a more proper position. But otherwise, what I did want to do is do a story time. And I'm wearing my pajama pants. I'm being all out and honest today. Don't mind my hair. This is what it naturally does, and it's really crazy because I'm on my wavy hair journey. I'm trying to figure out what my hair likes, what my hair doesn't, and I've only started this within the last month. And I'm very sorry if I forgot the word. Swallow. I'm very sorry if I swallow saliva or anything, because my aligners. I'm not really the biggest fan of teeth tapping, but maybe some of you guys are. But otherwise, I did want to do a ramble and talk, which I've noticed that I've been rambling for the last 3 minutes. So let me get to the point, I guess. And this is a story about roommates, essentially, and why I would never have them. I don't know if anyone would want to listen to a story time, but you're getting it anyway. It's a different type of ASMR. It's just me talking. People love listening to people talk about their story time, but this one is soft-spoken and pretty much very geared and centered towards ASMR. So I'm not whispering. I have learned that I don't understand the difference between a whisper and a soft-spoken tone, because I always think a whisper is being soft-spoken because you can talk like this, but this is a whisper, and then you end up not realizing what you're doing. So then when you're soft-spoken, you're actually just talking, but in a very light tone. I keep getting text messages, and I don't like that. I'm sorry for that. I'm obviously popular, yeah. But the story is about roommates and why I would never have them ever again. So when I lived in a place with a roommate, I've lived with many different roommates actually. So let's just say this is a story back in the past when young Anita had a roommate. And this roommate was the roommate from hell. This roommate brought bed bugs to the apartment from their previous location. They also didn't pay rent with their own money. they were going into credit card debt to pay the rent. And I completely understand, right? If you can't afford it, just let me know. Why are we living here? If we can't afford $960 rent with 2 people. And honestly, a lot of people can't afford that now. And that's an unfortunate part because United States and minimum wage, you know. But otherwise, I need my cat to stop. Remember where I was at. So I did say I was not gonna edit, but I have to. My cat was in here, so I might just end that as a blooper, because I held her up and she purred into the mic. So I'll just have that at the end as a tiny blooper, where you would hear her purring into the mic. But otherwise, this lady, actually, was my worst roommate, because they would just not pay rent with their own money. They would go into debt, and I thought it would be smart to be on somebody else's phone plan, so then it would be cheaper, because the more phones you have, the cheaper it is, which is insane, but that's how it is. And with that, what I did was like, yeah, I'll be on your phone plan and whatnot, and we both got new phones. I paid for my phone. It was a buy one get one free deal. And this lady did not pay for her secondary phone because she didn't want to understand the new device, so she didn't send in her old phone. And when she didn't send in her old phone, they charged her the price of the old phone. So the phone bill went from like $80 to several hundred. And then when she didn't pay that portion, because I wasn't going to pay that portion, because I knew for a fact it wasn't gonna be $150 for the both of us, or like half of like the several $100s, was not gonna be just a singular. I understand if I was in like a singular plan, that's what I was paying as a singular plan. But with a duo plan with 2 people, it's not that expensive. And splitting the cost of that does not match the price. So it would keep going up because she wouldn't pay, and I wouldn't pay that portion because I told her she needed to put in her stuff, and then she didn't. So then I was like, I'm not paying the money that I don't owe. I will pay my portion if it's correct. It's not correct because you still have the old phone and the new phone, which means they were paying for double. They were paying the old phone and the new phone price, which was insane to me, on top of me paying for my phone and other things, like crazy. And then at one point, now the power bill doesn't bother me, but at one point I was like, I don't understand why the light bill is so high. And I asked, because I turned off the lights normally, and I asked, I talked to them, they didn't want to talk. So then what I did was I left a note on her door. I'm like, hey, why is the bill $90? And then it might have been a little bit aggressive. I was also young. I mean, I'm still young, but I was younger, and I didn't really know people skills. But this was my way of approaching, because I was like, I don't want to talk to her. I've already talked to her about the situation. Why would I need to do anything to continue this? Why was the bill $90? And then she proceeded to turn on all the lights in the house as an effort against me. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're gonna play it that way. And I don't like being petty. At least I've grew out of it for the most part. I used to be very petty, and I used to have an attitude, and I used to be a bad person. Not really. I was just very, immature. That's the best way to put it. When you grow with age, you find out that you grow. And those that don't grow and stay the same way, it's really sad to see, because you're working really hard to better yourself, and then there's a lot of people that just don't. And at one point, they apologized for everything they did, except they said they weren't forgiving me for what I've done. And what I did was, I moved out. I gave over the lease to their friend, and I pretty much said goodbye. And I moved in on somebody's couch. And at that time, I was not paying the phone bill, because I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is not the amount of money that I should be paying, because I did a quote for the two if it did not have the second phone, because that's what she was doing. She was trading it in to pay off the other phone. If she traded it in, it would have been buy one get one free, and I would be paying for my portion, which would have the price of the phone. So I went into the cell phone provider store, and I gave them the phone and the SIM card, and told them my situation, and the guy said, I got you, and tore that SIM card that same day. Because that's another person to add to their plan, which means that they don't care what my situation was. They just wanted that second sale. And going from one plan to the next, I was able to get a new phone number, a new phone, and I was fine. Except she started stalking me at work. And I actually had to literally have friends text me, people that I was working with, and coworkers and everything, text me if they saw her. So it would be kind of like a heist mission, but to not get Anita into work. So with all of that, it went like this. I would get a text saying that she's downstairs on the bottom floor, and they would tell me to go upstairs. So when I did go upstairs, she wouldn't see me, and I would be at work at a different location. However, I would always make sure that my schedule was not what she knew. And otherwise, when you have roommates, choose them wisely. Make sure they do not have bugs. Make sure that they're kind of cleanly. Whenever you decide to move in with someone, also make sure to have rules. Have rules. You know what you should do? Not just have rules. Have a guidebook. Something. I also had a roommate that when I said, don't have your boyfriend over every single day. If you have him for 15 days straight, that means he's paying the rent. I should have said, if he's in the apartment for more than 3 days a week, he's going to pay rent. Because what happened was, he would be there for 6 days in a row, leave for one, and then come back. I get it. I wasn't there for 3 days. But whenever I was alone, I had to deal with him. So, that makes no sense to me, but it's okay. Guidelines, set them. Make sure that everything is all good and dandy, and in case you have enough money to do it on your own. Because roommates sometimes suck. But otherwise, thank you for listening to my ramble. And if you like this, let me know. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys next time in just other ways, like actual triggers. I have really small and short hands, so I can't do the flutters as well as everybody else. 'Cause, like, I have to focus real hard to do this. And honestly speaking, I got it from TV because I used to really watch her. I have this weird thing where I watch one ASM artist for an extended period of time, and when I do that, I'm like obsessed with their stuff, and I watch only their stuff, and I will not watch anybody else's. Except recently, I've been on like a very big 1 minute roleplay type thing. I wish I could do that. I'm not new to this, but at the same time, I'm very hesitant to do any of the roleplays. I want to do it. I think it's cool. I just don't know if I have the capacity to do it. I think my first one would probably be makeup. But I know that I don't have a foundation shade. I want to do like sample sizes. Personally, I want to do sample sizes where it has every single shade. But that's a lot of shades. Because I want to be inclusive. So I might just skip foundation if I ever do the makeup streams. I mean, not streams. Makeup videos. Makeup ASMR. But like, it's just, yeah. I want to be inclusive, and I know that sometimes it gets rid of the immersion for people and all that, so I want to do a lot of things, but I don't know if I have the time. Unfortunately, I am going to have to edit this like roughly, but I'll add bloopers at the end over here somewhere after this. So peace out, Girl Scouts. Bye bye.